Rogue shark kills unsuspecting tourists one by one. The sea can be dangerous. A diver explores the depths when he is suddenly ravaged by a shark, a Maneater. In a tropical location, tourists have all sorts of fun, but they mostly enjoy the water, diving off cliffs and going scuba diving. Jessie is brooding over an engagement ring, thinking about her ex. Her friend, Sunny, comforts her and says that it was a good thing that she convinced her to come along on this vacation. The rest of the friends, Will, Bree, Ty, and Emma, come shortly afterwards. Will has planned a lovely little voyage on the open sea with the addition of free alcohol to boot. Will promises this to be an amazing experience. In another location, Harlan greets his daughter, who goes to surf alone. The girl is excited to see whales up ahead, but then a shark appears and attacks her. It grabs her, but the girl manages to escape. Only for a little, however, as the shark returns and bites her hard, dragging her underwater, making the water red with her blood. A week later, at the sheriff's office, Harlan comes and demands to know what the authorities are doing about the shark that has killed his daughter. Kula, the sheriff, says that he's doing everything he can, but Harlan points that the actual danger is still out there. Once a shark tastes human flesh, it never leaves and wants more. That is what Harlan tries to explain to Kula, and ends up saying that he is going to do something about the Maneater himself, without anyone's help. Meanwhile, young tourists dive off a cliff into the sea, and one of them is snatched by the shark. Wally, the captain, and his wife, Beth, welcome Jessie and her friends. They are all ready to experience a trip they'll never forget. Harlan is silently mourning for his daughter, and he seems now determined to stop the shark once and for all. The tourists, led by Wally, board his boat. Jessie is the only single person there. Her friends were supposed to be on a group honeymoon altogether, but unfortunately for Jessie, she is alone. Jessie has a chat with Wally, who tries to make her feel better after her breakup, saying that the sea has a miraculous power of healing wounds. Jessie nods and mentions that she wasn't supposed to come, but she got talked into joining it. It was paid for after all, and have a good time instead of grieving for her lost relationship. Jessie appreciates what Sunny is doing for her. Wally now plans to take the tourists to a nearby secret island where they will spend the night. Nobody knows, however, that the shark is tailing them. Sam, a shark biologist, gives a lesson about the mystery surrounding the great white shark. Harlan cuts in asking why the great shark eats people. Sam tells him that great whites prefer fish and seals. Harlan thinks otherwise, and Sam is forced to dismiss class in order to talk privately with Harlan about the whole shark attack issue. Harlan shows Sam photographs of his daughter's remains and asks him if he can identify the kind of shark that killed her. Sam has a good look at the photographs and deducts that the Maneater is a great white shark, despite the warm waters of the region. He says the lack of food has drawn it here. Meanwhile, the tourists on Wally's boat are having drinks and they all talk casually. It is revealed here that Jessie has graduated from pre-med and she is looking after her disabled mother. On the shore, Harlan, armed and ready to fight the shark, is stopped by Kula and his deputy, who try in vain to talk him out of whatever he is planning. Harlan doesn't listen and goes out there to kill his enemy. Wally and the rest stop to watch a bunch of tourists trying to lure tiger sharks. Wally says that is illegal and that some people will never get it. The secret island now comes into view. Will rows to it. Inside the raft with him are Sunny, Bree, and Jessie. Suddenly, something rocks the boat and the four get scared, but it's only a dolphin. Wally contacts Jessie through the radio and informs her that the only way of communication between the boat and the island is through this transmitter. Will returns to the boat to take Ty and Emma, but right before they leave, Dave injures himself, piercing a beer can and also his hand beneath it. Wally tends to the wound and warns Dave not to get into the water, as they would definitely attract predators. Harlan is patrolling the waters and comes across Jack, who is fishing, and tells him that he has hit a reef earlier. Harlan notices the markings and says that it wasn't the reef. Jack points him to where his boat was hit, and Harlan leaves. Jessie contacts Wally to see how they're doing. Wally says that everything is alright, but then he drops the radio into the water. He dives in and retrieves it, but then the shark comes fast and gets him. Beth panics and falls in the water as well, but the shark has a snack of her too. The next day, Ty and Emma dive into the sea and relax a bit. Suddenly, Emma is caught by the shark, and soon, Ty is next. The blood from his wound has attracted the shark, but now it's too late for them. On the other side of the island, the others wake up. Jessie notices a radio half buried in the sand. She asks Will about it, and Will finds out that they can't contact Wally. Will decides to use the raft and go to the boat. Bree wonders about Ty and Emma, whereas Jesse and Sunny go to look for them. Harlan finds Wally's body floating on the water. Will goes to the boat, but finds no one there and decides to return to the island. Jesse and Sunny find an unconscious Ty on the beach. Jesse urges Sunny to go and call Will on the radio. Bree calls for Will to come, and Sunny comes screaming to her that there's something wrong. She urges Will to get to them quickly. An ominous fin is shown, and soon afterwards the shark charges the raft. Will loses one of the oars and he is thrown into the water. The shark takes a bite out of him. Bree ties a rope around her waist and goes to rescue Will. The shark, however, grabs her, pulling her under, and together she drags Sunny into the water. Will makes it to the shore, but he is seriously injured. His left side has a huge bite mark and he is missing a leg. Jesse patches him up, but it is clear that there's no hope for him. Jesse tries to call for help using the radio. Harlan picks up her distress call and Jesse says where she is. Firing a flare, Harlan finds her easily and comes ashore. Jesse says to Harlan that there were 7 of them and that she is the only one left. She remarks that the thing that killed them was the devil, but Harlan disagrees, saying that devils don't bleed. Harlan goes to his boat and calls the Coast Guard, mentioning a shark attack. Jesse asks Harlan why he is there, and she learns that Harlan is looking to get back at the monster. Jesse sticks around to see that thing dead, and so they both study their enemy. Harlan mentions that this bloodthirsty fish is playing with them like a cat with a mouse. He and Jesse devise a plan to lure it towards them and kill it. Jesse says that she will be the bait and goes to the reef. Harlan loads his shotgun and fires at the shark. Jesse dives into the water and swims as fast as she can. She reaches Harlan's charter boat and dives at the right moment to expose the shark. Harlan takes multiple shots at the wild animal and manages to kill it. He worries for a bit, not seeing Jesse, until she comes back up. They both relax now and share a drink. Shocked by this horrifying experience, Jesse listens to Kula saying that he has called her uncle and mother. The sheriff offers her psychiatric help, but Harlan comes in and says that Jesse needs good company and a good meal. Harlan sits next to her and says that his daughter loved blueberry pancakes. He offers to make her some, and Jesse says yes. Harlan and Jesse leave the sheriff's office. After a while, Harlan, having become a local hero after killing the shark, is visited by Sam and a strange man. Sam asks Harlan to listen to this stranger's story. The 3 men walk up to a grave, and the strange man says that he wants Harlan to help him because his son has been killed by a shark. Harlan asks for the details, and in the end agrees to hunt down the new threat.